Well, the announcement the Navy has finished its investigation into the crash of that F-18 in the Mayfair Mews apartments back in April is getting mixed reactions from residents there.
Well, the Navy says it will release those findings on Monday. The crash destroyed several units and forced residents out for weeks. 10 News Side's Art Khan found out what people hope to learn next week when the Navy goes public with its report.
Life appears to have returned to normal at Mayfair Mews with little evidence of the horrific jet crash last April. Except for the lot where apartments once stood, wiped out by the F-18 that slammed into the neighborhood, which is still empty.
We're not going to forget about this for a very, very long time.
Nobody remembers that day better than resident Pat Kavanaugh, who actually helped rescue one of the pilots from the doomed aircraft. Kavanaugh says the results of the Navy's investigation into the crash are of little interest to him.
We're trying to get over it, get on with our lives. It won't make a lot of difference to me what the report says.
Kavanaugh's apartment, though, was not damaged from the crash, but many of his neighbors weren't so lucky.
Hit the parking lot and then landed on my building, in my apartment.
Sandy Hall lost everything that day and is very interested in the results of the Navy's investigation, especially after learning that the Navy's own handbook for these kind of investigations says the findings often provide the basis for a later claim against the Navy. This claim may even evolve into a lawsuit.
Nobody wants to go there, but pretty much everybody has told us that you can't sue the Navy.
But Hall says the Navy has required her to present her own case when seeking compensation for valuable possessions she says were destroyed in the crash.
Well, I think it's a little bit ridiculous that they landed their plane in my house and I have to prove that I owned anything. I mean, everything that I put on my claim of value, I'm being questioned about.
Hall has some questions of her own for the Navy.
Who's responsible for putting the plane in the air? Who checked the plane before it went up?
Questions the investigator's handbook says should be addressed. Questions we all hope to have answers to on Monday when the Navy announces its findings. In Virginia Beach, Art Khan, 10 on your side.